Hey everyone, Marie here with Pretty Please Design. Today I'm going to show you the second page I made about Kutna Hora. If you saw my last video, you saw that I made a layout about a church that is all decorated with human bones, and the rest of the day was spent in the village. So this is going to be my second page. They are going to go side by side. It's not really a double page layout. I didn't make them like as is together, but I do use the same products on one page and the other. And I also printed the photos all at the same time. So I always like to do that when my pictures are already printed. This is the thing that I hate most about scrapbooking, like choosing the pictures, editing them, and printing them takes always so much time and it's no fun. So the thing that I did different here is that I worked with a white cardstock background. I did use the pattern paper that was left from the other page, and see that little piece of cardstock that was just laying there on my table. So easy, right? No cutting, no nothing. I just put my picture on it. It was working. I will use some other papers. This was like a vellum from the same collection that I use on my other layout. If you didn't see the other video, it's the collection called Pot Pourri that I designed for Pretty Little Studio. You can still get it online. I'll put the link in the description again. This is also a paper from that collection. It's like a polka dot, and the dots are gold. So I use those papers, the vellum and this one, as mats for some pictures that I want to pop out of my layout, or to have more, to draw the eye a little bit more to them. One other thing that I do when I don't mat my photos, I stitch around my picture. So this is another way to draw the eye to a photo and to add some weight to it in a way. So now I decided to mat two photos with the same paper. You don't always have to do different. I think that if you keep a minimum amount of different papers on a layout, it could have a lot of value to that. On this page, I decided to create my title with stickers. On the other page, it was like thickers, like foam letters. So I stayed with the black color, but this title is way more subtle in the sense that it's not popping out of the layout. And I didn't feel the need to repeat Kutna Hora, the name of the village. I just named it the village because that's where we spent our afternoon. Now I'm creating one more die cut or embellishment from a stamp set in my Halloween stash. It's a broom. On the other layout, on the other page, I decided to emboss everything, but I don't know why this time I didn't. I just stamped, cut out, and watercolor. I used the same palette. I feel like when you are going to color many items on one or two pages, it's fun to use the same medium to color. So I started on the other page with this watercolor palette, and I'm continuing on this side. I'm going now to stitch the pattern paper to the background, just like I did on the other page. And I'm choosing some small embellishments, die cuts in this that I can add to this layout. I don't want it to be too Halloween. I think that this little black cat is fun because my kids were imitating the gargoyles in the church. So it feels like, we have 4 elements on the picture, my 2 daughters and the 2 gargoyles, sorry. And the cat is being the 5th element to balance. You always want to use an odd number of elements. So this is a way now to do with in that way. I used a label that I stick were stuck to a white cardstock, and I ran it through my typewriter. On the other page, there was as well some typewriting for the journaling, so I like that these two elements are pulling the two pages together. And again, this black and white striped paper that was also used on the other page. There you go. Now I stitched the pattern paper and the title, and I'm just placing the two layouts one next to another just to see the cohesion and if it fits, if everything goes well together. And now I'm placing all my embellishments and photos and adhering everything. And I think that at this point I'm pretty much done, so I'm going to write my journaling. This layout, especially with the white background, is way lighter than the other page, and this is also creating a balance between the two pages that are going to end side by side in my album. So color also has values of weight. You know, if you use a white background, it's more light to the eye, and the very dark wood grain that I use on the left page is super heavy. So that's how you create balance or weight balance with color. I used those little leaves again, vellum leaves, and behind the two leaves at the top you see there's another cardstock die cut. So I like to mix the material, like the die cut material. I could use wood veneer or plastic or metal, like I used a flare on the other layout. This is another way to mix the material. I'm adding the same sequence as I did on the other page, and my layout is done. I added some little word stickers also from the same collection, so it's the same color, the orange or yellow. Oh, and one more thing, when I'm done with my layout, I always sign it on the back and put the date of when I finished my layout. And here you have the two pages side by side. So even though the background is very different, they go well together, and it will be a nice keepsake. Here you see some details of all the texture. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, just leave me some love, a little thumbs up, maybe a follow and a comment. I love to read the comments. Thanks so much, guys, and see you soon.